Paying more for gas would stink. Choking on smog doesn't sound so hot either. The EPA thinks that the Front Range should pay more for cleaner gasoline, you and me. But would that actually improve the air here? Our Anusha Roy looks at why Denver has ozone problems that other parts of the U.S. does not.
We've talked a lot about how painful gas prices have been, the relief when they came back down, and now the governor is vowing to fight the EPA. Now that the EPA wants to require drivers along the Front Range to use more expensive reformulated gas by summer of 2024 because of poor air quality. Reformulated gas is essentially supposed to burn cleaner. The EPA says that it could cost 3 cents more a gallon, but that there are a whole bunch of factors that can influence how much people will actually pay. The governor's office said they've seen costs vary anywhere from a few cents to 26 cents more a gallon across the country. 9 regions around the country use this kind of gas. 2 of the biggest are LA and New York. But you can't make state-to-state gas price comparisons without taking into account different taxes and costs of doing business.
Meets a standard in California.
Same goes with how well it works.
Is likely to clean our gas up quite a bit more than the ethanol we've had up to now. But let me say also that the reason we have bad ozone pollution in Colorado isn't so much that our gasoline sucks. It's that our air is thin, which you can't do anything about that. And we have lots of sunshine.
Sunshine for smog to interact with and different oxygen levels that change how gas reacts with air, all resulting in ozone problems.
Denver has perhaps a more severe ozone problem than some of the other places around the country.
It's why Professor Scott Denning and Shantanu Jattar said while reformulated gas can help, it might not make the biggest dent in the problem in Colorado.
Cars are cleaner has meant that cars are now a smaller piece of the ozone puzzle.
So one thing the professors were saying that they're also worried about are the communities living around refineries, especially minority and underserved communities. And what this would mean for emissions is ultimately going to depend on how much oil is processed. Of course, all of this serious because ozone is dangerous, especially for people with asthma and COPD. And that's why the professors are focused more on changing how people commute and cleaner energy, the big picture stuff versus just this one aspect, Kyle.
So Governor Polis is trying to stall this idea of paying more for cleaner gas, which obviously is not what he wants around, on his shoulders during an election year. But is it possible that maybe the state figures out another way to give the EPA what they want?
The state is definitely trying. They have connected with the EPA, who said, okay, we're open. We're going to look at options. But, we're looking at summer of 2024, this happening during the summer months. And the governor said he's outlining all of the things Colorado's already doing to improve air quality, but also looking at ways to challenge this legally to buy Colorado time to get the state in compliance in other ways.
All right, Anusha, thank you.